to this week's One Image My Edit. So this week I'm going to be showing you how to create what I'm calling a grungy blue style effect to your images. So this is going along the same lines as the previous 2 or 3 weeks that I've been doing a lot of urban stuff, a lot of gritty stuff. And I wanted to stay down this kind of line because I'm really enjoying the process of creating these different looks. So if you look at this here, you can see the before and after. You can see the before is obviously, very nice and clean, crisp, light. And then what we've done is manipulated some of the settings, the highlights and midtones and whites and blacks, and then obviously color manipulation as well to get this kind of more grungy blue effect, which I really like. And it's great for street photography, portraits, fashion, that kind of thing. So I'm going to reset this and then I'll walk you through how I did it. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to change the color temperature. So I'm just going to move these a little bit bigger so you can see these settings a lot easier. So the color temperature I'm going to bring down to around -10. Okay, so just want to start adding that blue tinge effect, and maybe just add a little bit of a tint into the sort of purple magenta range there, just a little bit. And the exposure I want to bring down a little bit, not too much, around probably a half a stop, something like that, just to darken the image, because when it's darker then the colors tend to stand out a little bit more. I'm going to push the contrast quite high because this kind of editing, these kind of images that I'm producing at the minute, they're very contrasty, and it's just a personal preference of mine to have really nice high contrasting images. So I'm going to bring the highlights down a little bit. Again, it depends what your image looks like to begin with, but I reckon around -20 to -30 will be good enough, just to bring down these highlights so we can then again make the image a little bit darker. The shadows, we're going to bring them up quite a bit to around 44, 45, around there. So we're still bringing some detail out in these shadows. And again, what we're doing is making it darker and then just lightening them shadows so we don't lose detail in there. So with the whites, let's drop this down to around -15, 16, around there. Again, just so we don't get any burnout. And then the blacks, we're going to drop these right down to around -55, something like that, around there. So we're pumping some black back in now. Okay, so that's the basic works of it. On the treatment panel there, the main one. What I'm going to do is add a little bit of clarity to this, just to try and make it pop a little bit more, to around +20. And then I'm going to dehaze it a little bit as well. You can see what that does. It kind of really helps, especially with this image with the lighting. So I reckon around 16, 17 around there is quite good for this. Again, you'll have to, depending on your image, you'll have to decide what works best for yours for this. Okay. So onto the tone curve. Don't really need to do much with this. I'm going to click in the middle and just bring up the mid-tones ever so slightly, and then come down to the bottom where the blacks are and just pull them in, because again we want quite a high contrasting image, and that tone curve has just helped us achieve that. So it's just basically isolating the greys and then isolating the blacks a little bit more, and just creating this kind of it's kind of quite a sharp S curve there. Okay, so now on to the colors. So we have the hue, saturation and luminance. So I can bring them all up and then we can see them all together, which probably will help. So the first thing I'm going to do on the hues is I'm going to increase this to probably around +30, something like that. Obviously she's got a red dress on, so that's why I'm doing this. The orange, I'm going to bring that up a little bit to around 10 or 11. Just so the oranges start to go into the yellow tones. Okay, and then I'm going to jump to the aqua and push that up to around 6 or 7 or 8, something like that. And then the blue, I'm going to actually start bringing that down so it goes more into the aqua range. So we're making the blues more aqua, and you can see there. Okay, so then onto the saturation. So what we're trying to do now is just balance out. some of these shades and some of these colors. Okay, so the red I'm going to bring down to around minus 15, 16. The orange I'm going to bring down to around minus 19 or 20, around there. Okay, we're going to completely take the yellows away, and I'm going to completely take the green away. The aqua I'm going to push up to around plus 8 or 9, around there. Okay, and then the blue, obviously we want quite a dark, quite a blue image, so just changing the saturation up to around 24, 25 is quite nice, and this is what starts to give us this kind of advertising campaign kind of look on the skin tones, and this is what a lot of Gucci stuff is done, and Prada and things like that. This is how they do it. They start adding these blues into the skin tones. The purple, I'm going to knock that back just a little bit to around minus 12, 11, something like that, and not worry about the magenta. So the luminance end, so the brightness, this is now what we're really fine-tuning these colors now. So I'm going to bring this down to about minus 25. Orange a little bit more, around minus 35, 36, around there is quite good. Same with the yellows. So I'm going to bring these down. In fact, I'm going to bring these down a little bit more to around minus 50. Same with the aqua, but just a little bit less because there's not much of that in the actual shot. So around minus 15. And then blue, about minus 13. I'll go 12. So we're not unlucky. So you can see there what's happening with these colors. So the hues, we're kind of pushing them. You can see there's a kind of arrow shape there. We're pushing them up ever so slightly. And then the saturation, we're just knocking the saturation down a little bit on the top colors and up a little bit down here. And then the brightness, you can see we're knocking this down. Because we've made such big adjustments here, we just need to just tone them down a little bit. And you can see they're corresponding with each other almost. Okay. So the next thing then, let's get into the color grading. And with this, I think I'm just going to concentrate. I'm not going to concentrate on the midtones or the shadows. I'm just going to add some blue into the highlights. So I'm going to grab the dial, and again, always looking, you can see here's the hue number here. You can actually type it in. So I like around the 222 mark, but I think that's probably a little bit much. So 205 is kind of, it's going into the aqua range there. So it sticks in with some of the stuff we've been doing up here. Now you can obviously change this depending on your image. The saturation I'm going to put to 10 because I find that the saturation on 10 is just enough to add that little bit of color. I've just completely ruined that now. Yeah, it's just enough just to bring out that color, so it's not too overpowering. So around there, I think that's quite good. And then what I'm going to do is just change the blending. So the blending is when you know, if you're doing say shadows or midtones as well, you can blend it. So what this does, if we just knock this down a little bit to around minus 40, then it just takes a little bit of the edge off the actual color, so it's not too obvious and too in your face. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of sharpening. As always, a little bit of sharpening always helps. Just a little, minus plus 10, something like that. I'm going to keep the detail at 50 and the radius at 1, so that's 1 pixels, and the detail is half and half, so that's good. Noise reduction, again, always good to have a little bit of noise reduction in there because of what we're doing with the colors. So I'd say around plus 15, and then within the color I'd go a little bit more to around plus 25, I think, because with what we're doing with these colors, we're stripping a lot of them away, and that just helps there with the noise. Okay, you can always remove chromatic abrasions as well and enable your profiles. I'll leave that for now. We could add a little bit of a vignette to this as well, which will help just bring the eye in. So just minus 20, midpoint 50, feather at 50, and then everything else I'm going to leave. So that is it. That is the process. It's easy when you know how. But it's just looking at what I've done and why I've done it. Okay, so here we're just manipulating the contrast, boosting that up. We're getting detail back within the shadows, but we are adding more black within the shadows at the same time. So it's a bit of an opposite edit there. Okay, just a little bit of texture and clarity just to make it pop. This S curve is really important because that's what gives us these deep blacks and also the separation. Like, you can see what I'm doing with this. If I just have it quite flat, you can see that, you know, this just really brings a lot of life. And adding this point down here is just all about these darkening these shadows again, and that's what gives us this lovely high contrast image, as you can see there. But these adjustments, you know, they're absolutely tiny, and it's worth taking your time just exploring to see what works best for each image. But I like it around there. Okay, and then with the colors, you know, we're just pumping up some of the colors here, and then we're just taking some of the saturation out of the ones that we haven't used, boosting the saturation on some as well. The reason why I'm not doing the red and the oranges, the reason why I'm pulling them down, is because we've got red in this shot and oranges, so that's why. So again, you might need to change that on yours. And then the luminance is just the brightness of it all, so just knocking down them top colors there, and just boosting the bottom ones, and then just adding a little bit of a blue tinge to it. I mean, we could push the saturation up a little bit more, probably go to around +20, and we could make that slightly deeper if we wanted to around 215, something like that. That's quite nice. So it's a little bit of a deeper blue there. That looks really nice. And then, you know, your normal sharpening and noise reduction, you should always sharpen your images, even if it's just +10. Okay, and noise reduction always helps as well. The color on this noise reduction is quite high, like I said, because of the colors of what we've done and stripped, and then just adding that vignette just really helps bring the eye in. So if we look at the before and after, I press the Y key, you can see there's a dramatic difference there. The original, let me just come out a little bit more. The original actually looked okay, but adding this kind of this edit to the image, there you go, you can see that's a lot better now. Adding these adjustments, you can see what we've done. It's adding this lovely blue tinge to the whole of the image. And for me, the most important thing is the skin tones. I love adding blues to skin tones because, like I said, that's what a lot of high sort of fashion houses do. You know, Gucci, Armani, Prada, they always do this kind of edit, add these lovely blues, and this is what gives it that sort of campaign advertising look. And you can see that it's quite dramatic difference, isn't it? If you wanted to lessen the blue a little bit more, you could just come up to the white balance here and just start knocking that down a little bit. But I actually really like it the way it is. I think it works really well. But your images are going to be, you know, different to this, obviously. So you might have to just make small adjustments just to make it look good. But that's how you do it. That's how you get this sort of grungy advertising sort of blue look, which is really popular at the minute. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing your images. So make these adjustments, let me have a look, put them up in the Facebook group, and see how you get on. Take care, and I'll see you soon.